This is it, guys. This is the year that I break even on my outdoor wood boiler. I bought this property here in 2016. We broke ground and built this house in 2017, and then I installed the boiler in 2018 was the first year we burnt with it. I heat my shop here and my house behind you guys with the wood boiler. This shop is about 4,300 square foot. We have radiant heat in the entire floor, and it does an on-demand water heater. My house here is 3,300 square foot, give or take, up, and the same down in the basement. We have 2 forced air furnaces that each have, you know, a coil in them, like a heater core in your car. And so it blows the air over the coil. That's how we heat the house. The basement has radiant tubes as well. And this garage here is too wide but too deep as well. So it's a 4-car garage that has a radiant heat in the floor. We have radiant tubes in 2 of the bathroom floors and a water heater in here that we run off the boiler as well. So we are heating a little over 12,000 square foot. That's a lot. When people, I do these boiler videos and they say, man, you go through a lot of wood. You should be getting longer burn times. It shouldn't take that much. It's a lot. It's a lot of heat here. And when we first got the house done and moved in that first year, I didn't have the boiler. So I heated everything with LP. Propane then was more expensive than it is now, but less than it's been some years. And that first year, from mid-November to like the end of March, so we're, you know, December, January, February, March, I'm gonna say 4.5 months, which would be a long year for us. I went through almost $6,000 worth of propane. So I'm gonna do some real round numbers here, because a lot of this is kind of hard to track. But this boiler, this Heatmaster CF500, all the lines underneath, the pad, heat exchangers, the heater cores and the furnaces, things like that. And I hired some help to install it. I've got about $20,000 into that. $20,000 that I wouldn't have anyways. You know, I would already have radiant heat in that shop. Whether or not I had a boiler, I'd be heating it with LP here. We don't have natural gas available to us. You know, I would have all the things in the house as well, but some of the things that are boiler specific, I think I've got about $20,000 into that. So then we get to the log yard, you know, and I've got a Wolfridge 28C, the Pro Splitter here. I've got the 16-foot conveyor, and that's darn near 20 grand I got into that. Certainly with some of the, you know, hand tools, axes, things like that. Now, again, these are real generic numbers because I have a paved log yard. I own lots of real estate, and I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with my asphalt contractor. He paved this entire driveway here, front to back. A parking lot, it's storage. I've got my office, a bunch of rentals, you know. So when he was here paving this, he says, hey, I'm gonna pave your log yard, and didn't even charge me for it, you know. What are you gonna tell him? No, that sounds awful. So nice paved log yard, completely unnecessary. A lot of these bin blocks, I had some of them came from a friend. I picked them up myself on a trailer and set them. They really didn't cost very much, and both these sheds are built out of you know, leftover material. So I suppose there's a value to all that stuff, but I'm going to say $20,000 into my log splitting operation, because it's those are the parts that I guess I would have bought no matter what. So this is my 7th year with the boiler. That you know, by again these generic easy estimates, puts me at $42,000 savings on LP, and that's no joke, man. Now maybe I did have a little bit of a bill, maybe it's up and down different years, but pretty close. And these are again estimations. That's pretty awesome, you know, for a hobby. Like I don't know, but lots of guys have hobbies, right? But something that I enjoy doing, to have it come with a reward big enough to pay for it. And you know, I suppose when we put it in, we said 7 years to pay for this. You're like, oh man, that's a long time. But, you know, now here we are, and it's done. Time flies when you're having fun. But I'm thrilled. That's pretty awesome. I actually did it. Most of what I've been doing here, I'm kind of, I don't know, aside from just enjoying it and saving a little bit of money, kind of preparing to retire someday. And, you know, the thought of just sitting in a recliner and watching TV doesn't sound real great. So having all this stuff, having a you know, facility to work out of for firewood and my own wood, even if I decide to never sell a stick of firewood, like I need to make money in retirement, because I think I've planned well enough that I shouldn't need to do anything to make money. But man, like, this is just an awesome thing to do. It's good, good therapy, keeps you in good shape. You know, we talk about that all the time. But to have a hobby that doesn't require any money and actually save some, that is pretty cool. It's kind of like having a part-time job, but you know, you don't have a boss. So this is a massive oak tree that I just had taken down from right over there. I didn't do it myself because the power lines are running right over the top of you guys and my shop, and then the tree died. I had bees in the base, so I had some guys take it down for me. Even if I didn't take this wood and heat my house with it, I have to do something with it. Seems like kind of a shame to take this big pretty tree and just shove it down a hill and let it rot. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of the equipment, you know, a lot of the effort, you talk about, is it worth it? You got to get rid of this tree one way or another. I mean, I guess you could just let it fall over and sit in the middle of your lawn, but I'm not that guy, so we got to do something with it. I choose to process it, heat my house with it, get something out of it. Because I've got a big place to take care of. I've got lots of trees between my neighbors over here in this house and the neighbor on the other side. There's just a never-ending supply of wood. So it's free. I'm not buying wood. I don't have people driving in here, big dump trucks dropping stuff off every now and again. But I have to have a lot of this equipment anyways, like the Kubota tractor, the skid steer, you know, the dump trailer, things like that make firewooding awesome. I already owned them before I did the firewood, just because we use them every day for things other than firewood. So I guess I don't count this stuff in the cost for the setup, because they're not necessary. And if you're somebody that has, maybe you're just heating a house, maybe it's a 1,200 square foot ranch and a 2-car garage, or just a house, boy, your need for firewood, I mean, for one, you could probably use a wood stove and get a lot done. But if you had a boiler, right, because they're awesome, it'd be a much smaller boiler, much less expensive, much, like I've got like 6 heat exchangers in here. You'd need one to do a house. Far less polyline. You know, you could get away with you don't need that big awesome splitter. Again, I mean, I want to own that. I just do. And so if all this justifies it, sign me up. You know, I love doing it. I love all the equipment. I love everything about it. So it's a good fit for me. But I think if we were in a smaller place, and if someday we are, I'll still have a boiler, you know, just might not have all this other stuff, except that I already own it, so probably I will. So here I am, year 7, and I've got this stuff paid for now. So I talk about retirement because it's on my mind. I'm 49 years old. I'm not ready for retirement right now, but you start to think about it, you know, especially in your 50s. And to have all this stuff that I really enjoy playing with, and a reason to have it that justifies the expense, and now to have it all paid for, that's awesome. This is a good spot to be in, and one that I've been anticipating for a few years. So I'm excited about it. I want to share it with you guys. So what do you guys think? Is all this nonsense worth it? Do you guys have a bunch of money wrapped up into your systems, or do you try to do it on a budget? You know, are you really trying to save money, or are you just happy that that's a benefit from a hobby you enjoy? Or is it a business for you? Are you selling firewood? Anyways, let me know in the comments. And hey, we're just getting going with this firewood channel. If you like and subscribe, that's a big help. I know there's probably just a few of you watching right now, but this will be a lot of fun. We got some really cool things planned for this channel, is the main reason why I split off and made it its own thing. We're going to be raising some money for charity, children with autism. That's near and dear to my heart here. And I hope you guys will stick around, subscribe, stay tuned, and be a part of it as well. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. I'm stoked. All my firewood stuff is paid for now. I paid for it when I bought it, but I have recouped the expense, I'll say, and I couldn't be happier. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.